Welcome, race fans, to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. Yes, we are racing. 4 weeks in a row, guys, we are going to race. I am Cliff Baldwin. This is Evan Baldwin and Cole Hendrickson. For those of you tuning on to the KCSI Facebook page, we are live on there if you want to really see us. And we're working on that, too, to get it so you can see us better. So we're trying to make the studio a little darker for you. Anyway, yes, we are racing. We know there's some showers out there to the north. Everything is skirting north of us, and we think that's going to hold out. The way it looks, we are going to race, so make sure you show up by 7 o'clock because we're going to fly through this show, and we have a big one for you tonight. Evan can talk about the Dirt Crown special we're going to be having, but that's our big deal tonight. We want to get that in.
Twin Rivers Auto Group presents the Sport Mod Summer Series, first annual event here at the Speedway. We're super happy to have Dirt Crown here, and it's a good relationship that we've got going on with the Dirt Crown people, especially since we have Dirt Crown TV now here full-time. So the Twin Rivers Auto Group Sport Mod Summer Series is here tonight. $1,000 to win, cool check going home to the winner, and the coveted LED sign that everybody likes. So it's going to be a really cool deal tonight. They're one-of-a-kind trophies. The display ones here tonight, Alex from Dirt Crown did tell me they're on back order right now from Australia, but the winner will eventually get theirs, and it's one of those things where it's one of those trophies that's definitely one of a kind, so it's one of those things that everybody wants to get.
Lights up.
It does light up.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those ones that I think, like, I-80 had them quite a bit.
Yep.
And I think every guy, every time you'd see one of those, you're like, I want to win one of those. So, yeah, very, very cool that our Sport Mod guys are going to have the opportunity to go for that tonight.
So, yeah, so this is the first annual event for the Twin Rivers Auto Group Sport Mod Summer Series. Hopefully we're going to have them here for many years to come. It's a really cool deal that Dirt Crown does. Dirt Crown's based out of the state of Nebraska, mainly eastern Nebraska. We're going to have several drivers from central and eastern Nebraska come over here tonight to run with us as well. Dre's let me know some names that are going to be here tonight. So schedule-wise, we are going to plan on running our Sport Mod feature first tonight because we want to get that show in, just so we want to make sure we want to get that race in so we don't have to worry about rain or anything like that. So
it's so difficult to reschedule those type of races.
It's very difficult, like you said, to reschedule. So we want to get that in at least. And if it does happen to rain after that, then we'll run double features the following week.
So make sure you get here early because we're going to be flying through the show tonight.
So we're definitely expecting a full field of Sport Mods tonight, hoping for a B feature. So it should be a good night of racing. Hot laps at 6:30, racing at 7 once again. I also want to say that when you walk in the front gate tonight, to the left, you can buy Dirt Crown merch. The Dirt Crown's here with their merch. They got some cool shirts and some hoodies and stuff like that. And to your right, Tri-State Auto Group out of Maryville is here again. And they hired some sort of a former race car driver selling cars for them. I don't know why they hired him, but
we're going to have those guys on here pretty shortly. So, but yeah, they got a couple of sweet rides sitting there. I see they got a Stang sitting there, and then they got this little truck.
We'll
talk about.
It's a very small Ford F-150. Did you see it over there?
We'll definitely talk about those things.
I kind of rushed in here, so I didn't get time to see it.
I already made an offer on it. They kind of shrugged their shoulders a little bit. I was going to say Pace Jeep, $20,000 right across. But no, they just.
That wouldn't
do
it.
So doggone it.
It looked like it was a Black Widow edition Ford F-150.
But Mr. Davidson, he'll be talking about.
Oh
that
yeah,
here,
I'm sure.
We'll go through that here real shortly.
Selling the crap out of cars down there.
Also, it's in conjunction with Dirt Crown, but it's our other night tonight is Budweiser is sponsoring our.
Salute the Veterans tonight.
Excuse me, I can't spit it out right now. So yeah, Wells, our Salute to Veterans are here tonight. So
if you are a veteran, active or past military, you will get in free tonight to the races. So make sure you show your military ID, and that's all you gotta do. Show your military ID, and you get in free. So unfortunately, we can't just assume. So you got to show your military ID in order to get a free ticket.
We're not going to get a big argument. So.
Right, but
we appreciate having.
We appreciate all you guys. So
absolutely, can't thank our military enough. That's for darn sure. So
perfect night for Memorial Day weekend to do that. So 3-day weekend. If you're a race fan, this is probably one of the top 2 to 3 weekends of the entire year to be a race fan. We've got us tonight. Tomorrow is one of the greatest race days ever. And we've got Larson that's trying to do the double.
Well, you
So-
can't forget the Weenie 500
Yep.
that happened
Yeah,
The
Well,
Weenie
yesterday.
I watched
500
that.
was yesterday.
What was
Incredible
it,
finish.
what was
Slaw
it?
Dog.
Slaw
took it.
Dog. Yeah, Slaw Dog came just right at the
Grandma
line.
from TikTok did the,
Oh,
did the
yeah.
Start Your Engines, the famous grandma from TikTok. She was yelling, "Weenies, start your engines." It was really cool. And they were they got those things up to like 60 mile an hour. I was just like,
Oh,
holy
yeah.
crap, they were flying.
Well, I was wondering how hard they were going to go, but yeah, that was pretty funny, and I'd like to know how much they had to pay to get an actual broadcast crew for that.
Yeah.
I did not realize it was going to be live on Fox.
That's pretty
But,
cool.
yeah, I don't know, but like you said, just a great weekend to be a race fan. But obviously, like you said, there's a reason we're all racing this weekend. It's in honor of those that have made that ultimate sacrifice. So that's why I love races like the Coke 600, where you see all these cars with fallen veterans on the cars.
See the the throwback weekend used to be the main wrap weekend, and I think it's this weekend now.
Oh yeah, these teams have kind of ran out of ideas with the throwbacks, and now it's like every year when the Coke 600 comes around, these paint schemes that are coming out. I mean, I'm a little biased, but William Byron's car, those red, white, and blue flames. Oh man, it just it looks great.
It looks like Jeff Gordon, but it's red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah, well
So it looks
he
really
did a
good.
car back in 2019 that was kind of like that, so it's almost a little bit of a throwback.
I love it when he does the Jeff Gordon throwback cars.
Oh yeah, I mean it's
So-
too easy not to.
Yep. So, yeah, tomorrow's Indy 500. I believe that starts at noon. And then the Coke 600 is tomorrow night. And I'm just crossing my fingers that weather stays and Larson can do the double. And hopefully, I don't think he'll win the Indy car because he's starting too far back. But I think I think he's got a good shot at winning the Coke 600. So
Man, you never know. He's gonna be starting right around all the Penske cars. So I mean, if he can follow them up through there, I know his car doesn't really have a lot of speed, but it's also the Indy 500, so you never know. Yeah, man, I just hope the weather holds off.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it looks like there might be a little weather coming in, but
and from the sounds of it, I do believe that if the Indy 500 does get a rain delay, Tony Kanaan's going to run it.
yeah, well, and it depends. So they were talking about that. If Larson starts the race and it starts to rain, that's it. Tony can't get in the car halfway through. So, yeah, fingers crossed everything holds off. Are you not going to wake up at like 4 in the morning to watch Monaco? Or?
Nope.
Yeah,
And I heard this is the last year for it, right?
Yeah, this will be the last year. It's on Memorial Day, so kind of weird. I don't know.
That's kind of a bummer
Yeah,
because that's like the only F1 race that I actually somewhat get into.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's one of those races that's a crown jewel, and I'm like, it just fits perfect with all these crown jewel races, but I don't know. I'm not sure why they're moving it.
I'm not a big F1 guy, so
Yeah, I mean, I will say you're not going to see incredible racing at Monaco, but it's more of just watching those guys drive all out.
It's kinda
on a
like the Indy
track
500.
That narrow.
it's kind of like Indy 500. I mean, it's not the best racing in the world, but it's just the event. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Indy. I mean, that's the home of
Well, and yeah, like
The IndyCar
Indy,
series.
to put it quite frankly, it's death-defying. I mean, every time they go out there, I know we talk about race car drivers know the risk. The Indy 500, there is a high percentage that you could die. So,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean, it is just to watch guys go out there and do that.
I think the
It's
IndyCar
incredible.
series.
225 to a dead stop kind of.
Well, yeah.
I think
no
matter how much
I think the
cushion they put on
IndyCar
it.
series, not counting like drag racing, the IndyCar series I'm pretty sure has the highest
Oh, yeah.
death chance out of any
Easily.
series.
So, yeah, I mean, in qualifying, they're doing 240 mile an hour down the back straightaway. It's insane. It is true.
I know there's a safer barrier now, but that's still.
Yeah.
And then you have Larson get out of the car and he goes, doesn't really feel that fast.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
Good old blunt force.
Well, it's
trauma.
funny because when Larson gets in his NASCAR cars and his Indy cars, you know he's going so fast. And then he gets in these sprint cars, and for most people, sprint cars is really fast, but he's probably like, man, these things are so slow.
Well, he actually said in an interview, like, running a sprint car at a bull ring feels faster than running at Indy. But I think, like he said, it's just because the Indy cars are so stuck. But this year, I think, like we've seen, they're not very stuck.
No.
There has been a lot of flips and spins, and so it's going to be interesting on race day.
Colton Herta, that qualifying wreck,
yeah.
That was nasty.
That was bad. I think he took a chunk. Well, no, the chunk out of the track was Scott McLaughlin.
Yep.
That
Literally
was,
took a chunk out of the racetrack.
Oh, man, yeah.
So, yeah, busy weekend for racing. So, if you are a race fan, you're probably going to have your eyeballs glued to the television screen. So, speaking of eyeballs glued to the television screen, if you can't make it tonight, race fans, make sure you follow along on DirtCrown.tv. We are live tonight as well on DirtCrown.tv. So if you can't make it to the racetrack, or if you have other commitments or whatever, make sure you go to DirtCrown.tv and create an account, and then you can buy the pay-per-view for tonight's race. And we will be here. They will be here for the rest of the year. So we've got some people hired. And we've got people hired to run the camera and the system in the tower, and we've got everything wired up. And last week was kind of our first trial run, and it went pretty decent. So we're hoping that the Wi-Fi situation that we have is going to be able to hold up. So the only issue we do have is we might have to up the wattage, because we can't do Facebook Live look-ins right now, because we don't have enough.
Okay.
We don't have enough juice.
Okay.
So, and Facebook Live look-ins are huge because it gives people the opportunity to watch for free for a few heat races, and then they'll go buy it.
Yeah.
So
That'd be huge. Yeah.
we need to maybe up the juice just a little bit, but other than that, everything went pretty smooth last week. It's really nice to be able to go back and watch the races on replay. I know the drivers really appreciate that. The drivers just buy the race not to watch live. Mm-hmm. They'll buy it just to go back and watch themselves race.
Yep.
So I'm sure probably your friends probably do that, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. I mean, some of them have people that film for them, but for the guys that don't have somebody up there to film, yeah, I mean, that's crucial to go back, and that's what a lot of racers do. They'll go back and critique their own driving and see what they can do better for next week. So
the one thing I will say that we're going to work on is we don't have a replay system built in right now. We're going to work on that. They're going to learn how to do replays better, so hopefully by the end of the year we'll have a full-on replay system where we can go back and we can help make calls with the race director. They can help. We can help with actually what happened. We can watch it back. And then in the future, we also want to get some more different shots. So we're looking at getting some Wi-Fi GoPro or some wireless GoPros. Maybe put one over in turn 3 above the wheel and light over there in turn 3, so you can see straight down the back stretch. And then maybe get one on the wheel and light over here in turn 1, so you can see straight on the front stretch. So those are some different ideas that we've got, different shots that we could do, and heck, maybe in the future we can get a drone out here.
Yeah, that's like I said, that's a lot of things that are works in progress. Like we said, this is its infancy. We're very happy to have Dirt Crown and Dirt Crown TV now. And like we said, it's a work in progress. We're very thankful to have them. In conjunction with Dirt Crown, very happy to have the race we're having tonight, which is the Twin River Sport Mods. Also, we'll be having a Hobby Stocks, Dirt Crown Hobby Stocks series coming up. I can't think of the prime name of that, but SLMR has always been with Dirt Crown, so they're part of our group, as is the Malvern Bank Sprint Cars, 360 Sprints. We'll have those also. And during our tradition this year, that will be a Dirt Crown race for our street stocks too.
Greg Miller shootout on Saturday night will be
We'll also be
Dirt Crown race as well.
Yep. So very, very happy to have that now, and all those classes will be running for that sweet trophy. So very happy to have that. So, and also go to our Facebook page, or right now go to Facebook KCSI Live. Any questions you have, you can get it to us right now. Also, as far as when the TV's going, send us comments. So we're going to work on this thing to make it better every week.
Yep. And like I said, the Dirt Crown TV stuff is in its infancy. We're working out the kinks. Obviously, it's not going to be like a Flow Racing broadcast, because that's $1 million corporation, and
they have a production.
Yeah,
truck
they have a production truck that comes. I mean, we're doing this. We're learning. We're trying what works and what doesn't. Making sure everything's connected right, and we're working with what we got. So again, it's not going to be like a Flow Racing production, because obviously because they got a whole team back at the studio. I mean, they're to a point where you can literally, like Dan Taylor and them at Eagle last week, they literally just went into the production truck and they called the race. They called the modified race on Friday night from the production truck, or the stock car race from the production truck. They weren't even in the announcer's booth. That's how crazy it is.
Oh,
I mean, they just called it in the production truck. So that's a really. I would love to do that just one time, just to see what it's like.
I'll tell you what, guys.
I don't know.
I'm gonna stop you here. We're gonna go ahead and take our first break because we have guests ready to go right now.
Yep.
I'd like to get them on, and we'll be right back here with Pitside Live.
All right.
Too busy at work to wait in a long line at Subway? Order online at order.subway.com. Simply register with your email and password and order away. You can also download the Subway app on your smartphone. Order up to 6 subs, salads, or pizza. Ready in 15 minutes once order is submitted. Also add chips, cookies, and drinks easily. And Subway's back to normal hours Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. Order online at Subway in Red Oak, Clarinda, Shenandoah. Best Finish Auto Sales and Service is proud of the quality used vehicles they sell and their dedication to serve the needs of their customers. Whether it's your first purchase or one of many that you've had, you can count on their dedicated sales staff to make the best buying experience possible. They also offer financing on your vehicle purchase. Best Finish can also take care of your service needs, from oil change, brakes, alignment, air conditioning, to any body shop and repair needs. Stop by Best Finish Auto Sales and Service at 209 Sharp Street in Glenwood for all of your vehicle needs.
What if we could harness the power of the sun by using the earth to transform the way we use energy? Water furnace geothermal systems are simply the most efficient way to keep your family comfortable. Winter or summer, day or night, rain or shine, without burning fossil fuels, giving you the freedom to focus on life.
Call Camblin Mechanical or visit CamblinMechanical.com for your water furnace needs today.
Lori wanted more. Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa. I want to thank once again Subway, State Farm Insurance, Dave Carbaugh, S&S Appliance, Malvern Bank, Farm Bureau, Jake Gillespie, great sponsor to have you guys with our KCSI family and part of our Pitside Live show. Our next guest, we're going to do double duty here. TNT Ford, TNT Auto Group. TNT, oh my God, I am so sorry, guys. The new group that we don't even deal with right now. Sorry, oh my God, I feel horrible now. Tri-State out of Maryville, Missouri, and it's also the Tri-State Auto Group. What you guys go by it. Mm-hmm. We do Tri-State Ford, which you guys have got Fords here, but you guys sell pretty much everything.
We do. We sell everything we can. We got Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and we even have some used Chevys down there, Toyotas. I mean, you name it, we can about do everything you want.
It's a great facility you have down there.
It is. It's very nice. Just built in, 2000?
About 8 years old.
Yep.
Yeah.
8 years old.
It's nice. South side of Maryville, right there in the main drag, so you can't miss it. I know they've been there a long time. Todd's been very good to work with and helps us out a lot. I apologize dearly with what I just said, so I know very well it's the Tri-State Group. They have a big banner here as well, but tell us about the sweet rides you guys got here.
Well, we got a maroon Mustang here. It's a 2025. It is the premium 5.0. It has 480 horsepower. Got a 6-speed manual in there. That thing is quick.
Mm-hmm. That thing's sweet.
It sounded good coming in.
Looks good. We also got a 24 F-150 XLT. It's got a Black Widow package on it. It's souped up, big wheels, big tires, big lift kit on it. Two-tone, bottom's white, top's black. It's a sweet ride. come
You
by
gonna
and
take
check
them
it
both
out.
out or just the bang?
We're kind of stuck in between. We might get a little feedback from the crowd tonight, kind of see what.
Yeah, you can take
what
them
they're
both out at the
thinking.
same time. You can do one at a time, whichever you want to do, because it's all your deal. So that's what we love, and I know the fans love looking at those sweet rides. You can go out there and play a little bit too with that Mustang. You never know.
Well,
I think you know how to go around this track, don't you?
Oh, I'm not driving.
Oh, you're not.
No.
Okay.
No, I've been around this track enough. You never introduced us.
You didn't. Oh, I'm very sorry, and I got that written down too. I'm the Dirty 30. You know, I mean, I feel like I'm a rookie at this anymore. Geez.
I mean, it's first time.
Connor Davison and Tate Oglesby, which I don't even need a paper for Connor. So Connor's been around this track a few times, the old Dirty 30. You know your way around this very well in a couple of different classes, I do believe, if I remember right.
But I've raced everything but a compact and a late model.
So I knew it's been a lot.
And I have wrecked on every corner of this racetrack, too.
That's a specialty right there.
And I'm so glad you're keeping me on my toes because I'm acting like I've never done this before. So like I'm usually the one that interviews our sponsors because I'm used to doing it. And hell, I'm forgetting to name your names and get the sponsors screwed up. And it's like my word. So
it's all right. We're having a little fun up here.
Oh yeah, that's great. So
I mean,
you guys have been here for I don't even know how many years in a row now, but it's awesome. You guys got a great setup over there now. Are you guys giving stuff away? I haven't even gone around and looked.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah.
Good.
We got some T-shirts over
now
there.
Now that we have our booth blocked, I can't see nothing that's going on. So.
Yeah, what was that about? Like,
we're trying it because if you look here, you can see it's pretty good now. But before it was just like we were dark. You couldn't even see it. So we're trying to improve that. We have to get a better light too, I do believe. So we're getting there. So. Just like everything, we're trying to improve. So, but I tell you what, I always ask these questions every year because I think it's important. But you guys do financing right there. Yeah. I'm sure you have several options. I know usually you have, like Ford has an option deal usually for certain cars, right? For like 0%.
We're actually we're nationwide as far as banks go. So we've got banks on banks 40 or 50. Banks that we finance through.
Do you do like no credit, bad credit? Do you guys?
We do it all.
Everything?
We do it all.
Try to.
Yep. We try to do it all. We're going to do our best to try to get you the best deal that we can. And we do everything.
I mean, I'm on Facebook for our stuff all the time, but I get to see you guys all the time where you have a person you sold a car to, and I think that's neat as heck.
Oh yeah. That, so. Have you seen Front Seat Friday yet?
No, I haven't.
Well, we do a deal called Front Seat Friday. Me, Tate, and our finance manager Austin, we get a car of the week and do a
quick little interview, kind of. Yeah, kind of like this. We just talk about the deals we have going on. Every week we try to post something, get the word out there, especially on social media.
Sure.
Everybody shops online nowadays, so we just spread the word as much as we can.
No, I'll give you the hint right now, but towards the end of the year, the wife has been doing this to me. So
hey.
So yeah.
Come on down.
Oh, we will. I guarantee you that. So I told her we're going somewhere that helps us out here. So, and I know you guys have the best options as far as multiple types of cars.
A little bit of everything. We try to do
a little bit of everything.
Yep. So I mean, and like I said, Todd has been great with us, and you get to hear Todd's commercials all the time. But that's no brainer for me is that we're going to go down there. It's mine's 13 years old and I'm driving, so it's that time.
How's that going?
Time for a new one.
It's like this when you're driving. Like
it's like my racing career.
I'm leaving. Yeah, well, we're going to Cheyenne and on Wednesday. I'm like, oh baby, hope this is the last trip because I'm hoping to make it anyway. So, but no, we're there. I mean, retired, so we got everything set up to where she wants to, at the end of the year we're going to go out and get a different vehicle. So I have to do it. So
swing on by.
The hard part for me is it's. We've been in a van, and I know it's time to go to an SUV.
Yeah.
So,
on SUV
2024 Expeditions, $5,000 rebates on top of employee pricing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's hot right now.
Definitely.
Yep.
Okay.
Hot right now.
So that's huge. So any other deals like that going on?
We have employee pricing on most of our vehicles. We got employee pricing on 24 Super Duties. And
about every 24 model.
About every 25 model, too.
Yeah, for the most part. No Expedition 25, no Super Duty 25 yet. But everything else, employee pricing, we're thousands of dollars below MSRP right now.
Thousands.
And we're long past that chip ordeal, right?
Yep.
Oh,
I mean,
I hope so.
I remember that well. I mean, I remember when I interviewed you guys a couple of years ago. That was such a crazy ordeal we had to go through. But
And Ford's really working to beat the tariffs.
Right.
With our prices and whatnot.
And unfortunately, that's probably going to affect a little bit.
Yeah, it might a little bit, but we're trending in the other direction for the most part.
But I know most of your stuff is made American made, or I know there's Canada stuff too, but most everything's right here in America,
Yeah,
so
right.
it's not going to be
Yeah.
huge. So that's the thing. So.
Kentucky.
Yep.
Kentucky, yeah.
Yep. Big
Yep.
old plant in Kentucky. Yep.
Ford truck plant in Liberty too. isn't
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Got one
Liberty,
there.
Missouri. So, yeah, so it's and trucks are still king, aren't they?
Oh
Pretty
yeah.
much.
Truck country. That's what
So,
around this
does,
area is truck country.
Does Ford even offer a car anymore?
Not a sedan.
Seriously,
Not a sedan.
So,
Nope.
I know a lot of dealers have done that.
Yeah.
They're not even doing cars anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Well, with everything going on, they were trying to go towards more electric with the litigation that was
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of being set.
Yep.
And so they were trying to meet the litigation. And now I think with
gone away.
it's the easy way to put that's kind of gone. It's got a little bit more lenient. So I think you're going to see something else happening here.
The other thing I talk about, because I'll be doing that in about a month when we have Iowa corn here, but ethanol is huge. And I told them before, I said, I wish we could legislate more to get some more flex fuel vehicles made. So they're so rare. But it's also comes down to incentives, I know, for the dealer, for the car makers to do that. So, but I mean, that's the thing. We're ethanol country, and POA is one of our biggest sponsors by far. And
they still
flex
sponsor
fuel's
the
huge.
modifieds, don't they?
Yep. Yes, they do. They are a tremendous group, and the Iowa corn sponsorship now is so huge. I've learned so much to how legislature and all that stuff works, and all the lobbying that has to go on, and it's for the farmers. So that's what we are. We're farming country, but I can't apologize enough for starting out how we did. But Tri-State Auto Group, Tri-State Ford, what a great group to have in our area. What a great group to come here and sponsor Adams County Speedway. We can't thank you guys enough. I know you guys got stuff to give away out there. Anything else you want to add? I mean,
we're going to be shooting T-shirts out.
Yeah, that's
at
right.
intermission.
Got the gun filled
If
up.
we do have an intermission tonight, I know.
Well, we usually have to have something to get things rearranged, the scoring and stuff. But the thing is even between races, we can shoot. We'll get the stuff.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
we've got
No
some
problem.
stuff out there. We got a few frisbees. I know we're giving away
Coupons.
some tickets as
Okay,
well on the
good,
backside.
good.
So
We got
Okay.
coupons attached to
All right,
frisbees there.
All right.
So you come
So-
in, pick a frisbee, you get a coupon.
So the key thing is, I'll be up there too and around, but holler at Evan, or we'll get you guys in all the time we can. Because the other problem is, you guys, how many you guys have here tonight?
we got 3.
Okay, because one of you for sure has to drive.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
So otherwise,
Ain't
we'll
gonna be
get
me.
Okay. So
I've been.
we'll get the.
I'm chilling in the stands.
Have you got your T-shirts rolled up or?
Oh yeah, we've got them rolled up. We're ready.
Good. So the guns
I
ready.
was left in charge of this. I mean,
No.
what do you expect here, Cliff?
I shouldn't have expected anything different. Honestly, I mean,
No, I mean,
good.
you gotta have faith in me, man.
Good, I do. I mean, I think you're probably the top salesman down there, aren't you?
No.
What? Come on.
No, I'm
No.
actually probably third this month.
No, but you're both salesmen.
Yes, sir.
Both of you
Yep.
salesmen.
Yep.
So, how many salesmen do you guys have?
8,
Yes. No, we've got a 7.
7.
Yep. We got
And
7
I'm
of
sure, like normal, Saturday's the key day. Of
Yep.
course, right?
Yep. We were
So-
down there earlier today. It was a good day today. Holiday weekend. People were
Yeah.
outside checking
Yeah.
some things out.
Great weather.
So,
Yeah. Great weather.
Because I think in Iowa you can't sell on Sundays. I think it used to be a rule.
I don't think you can in Missouri. either.
I think it used to be a rule anyway. But what about holiday? Do you guys open for Memorial Day? Or?
No.
We're not. We're
No.
closed. They gave us the weekend.
That's good.
Yep.
You guys
They
need
gave
time
us a little
off.
extra day.
Yep. Celebrate the reason for that season there, but no, that's the thing is you guys have a lot of great salesmen down there, and you guys can always accommodate however many people come in. Obviously.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
right,
So,
right.
yeah.
We try to stay as busy as we can. We've got a different salesman for every style. We've got a
Hours
little
are
of
from
everything
when to
down
when.
there.
8:30 to 6 Monday through Friday. 8:30 to 4 on Saturdays.
Yep.
And if you come in at 4, I'm sure you'll accommodate somebody being there late.
Absolutely.
We have done that a lot.
Absolutely.
I remember we dealt for 2 vehicles one time at the same time. I think we were there 8 hours, and I'm not kidding you. It's like, I'll never do that again. It's
I'll
like,
tell
but,
you what.
But we started out with one vehicle, and okay, let's not do that one. We go to this.
Right.
We end up getting a pickup, and it's like,
We'll keep you under 8 hours. I promise you that.
Oh no, I've never had that ever any time. No,
The fastest time I ever done was 27 minutes.
really.
Yep.
Do you have a lot of guys? I like doing this. I like doing a lot of research. Kind of know what I'm going to do when I get there. Do you have a lot of guys prepared to come in? People
Yeah.
people that come in and
Absolutely.
they're prepared.
Yep. Especially with how much access you have on the internet now
Right.
to our website. We've got everything
To
posted
me,
on the
that's
website.
huge. You know, you should do that. Access some stuff and be prepared when you come in.
Yeah,
It speeds the
yeah,
process up, and it's like, you know.
Because
So.
at the end of the day, if you come in and we have to teach you about everything,
Yep.
it's going to take a longer time at the car dealership.
Right.
And
Yep.
I know
Yep.
we try our best to get everybody in and out as fast as we can.
So,
And
because that's what I have
make
been
sure
doing.
everybody's happy.
I've been looking at all the SUVs and trying to. Our problem is we've had a van for so long; it's giving up the room. But if you get a certain SUV, you're not going to give up. the
Right,
room.
yeah, you can
Expedition.
still have that same Expedition.
Yep,
You go
yep.
Expedition Max, give you a little
Right.
more room.
Yep.
Still got
So,
a bunch of options.
That's the thing. Is like, so yeah, that's nice to know that it's 5,000
Oh,
plus
yeah.
plus
Plus employee pricing.
Employee pricing.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's great.
Don't wait around because we don't know how long it's going to
I
last.
understand. Yep. I understand. So, anything else you guys want to add?
I think we're good.
I'm good. I'm ready to have a little fun tonight. I'm excited
Absolutely.
to watch
the rain,
it.
Like I tell people, the rain's staying north of us. We're going to get this baby in. 'Cause
Oh,
we're not
yeah.
going to mess around tonight. So.
Unless there's anybody in the pits that want to give up a race car for the night.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Connor to get out there. We're wearing the shirts and everything. I'm ready.
I was
have to-
trying to get a car around and it fell through and last minute fell through this morning actually.
So-
And I had a car to drive and I was going to bring my fire suit up and that's how I was going to tell you guys I'm driving, but it didn't work out.
I don't know. It was Billy or Bob. I don't come up with the dirty 30. I don't know what it was. That's always remember.
I think it was Billy.
Billy. So that's the thing.
The
you know,
dirty 30.
I like
dirty
that.
30. Yeah, it is. It is.
I
So-
like that.
it is. So, you know, and I know you've had a lot of fun out there. So.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so. Well, thanks a lot, guys. We can't thank you guys enough. We hope to keep this doing for a long time, and I hope to be down there in 3 or 4 months, probably right after the season's over. I'll be down there. That's all. I don't know if the Expedition thing is going on, but maybe once I tell her that, she might want to do this sooner. So.
I'll tell you
I
what.
like the way you think.
Especially after I come back from Cheyenne, and if we don't make it, I guarantee I'll be down there
Yep.
soon.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'm hoping it goes. So, I told her this is going to be the last trip for this thing. I'm not doing it no more. So
Just hey, take the title with you. She breaks down.
that's right.
sign
That's,
it.
that's right.
Leave
So-
it in the
We'll be
glove
ready. We'll be
box.
ready for you when you get home.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Very much thank you. Make sure you stop in when you come in and see these guys. You're going to see those sweet vehicles out there on the track for the features. But everybody from Tri-State Ford, Tri-State Auto Group, we thank you very much. We're going to be right back here on Pitside Live.
Are you interested in starting a career instead of just getting another job? Well, hop on over to Fresco System USA and let us help you find the one for you. We offer competitive wages, benefits starting day one, and so much more. You can pick up an application at 2026 Fernwood Avenue, find us on Indeed, Better Team, and Facebook, or call 712-623-8100, extension 6659. Spring into action and join the Fresco team today.
Let us help insulate your home with Heartland Foam.
No matter what your insulation needs are, Heartland Foam Insulators is your go-to company. From removal to blow-in to foam, they are ready to go to work for you in any type of building, whether it be an existing house, new construction, a metal building, commercial building, or a unique project. Call Heartland Foam Insulators today at 712-623-4515 or heartlandfoam.com.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank, here to help as you plan for the next chapter of your life. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank, we build community. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa on 95.3. Also on the YouTube channel, KCSI Radio YouTube channel as well. We're going to go through some hobby stocks. Hewlett & Sons hobby stocks results from last Saturday night. Cole, go ahead.
Yeah, rounding out your top 10 was the 7H of Adam Hensel. He went up 6 spots. In 9th was the 81 Double D of Daniel Davis. 8th was Tom Myers in the 7 car. 7th was Anthony Fletchall. He dropped 5 spots. 6th was Jim Toll going up 4 spots. And your big mover put on a show was the 95 of Jared Lund finishing 5th, going up 12 spots. 4th was David Wida. 3rd was Anthony Davis, went up 4 spots. Cody Warner in 2nd in the 21, went up 6 spots. And your feature winner going up 4 spots in the 10G was Dustin Grout.
Yeah, before we talk to Dustin here, we're going to do a quick little update of your point standings here very early in the season after 4 nights of racing. Currently top 10 for your Hewlett & Sons Auto Salvage points. Heath Anderson, the Heath Bar, had a trainer with 308. He's tied with David Wida currently for the 9th spot. 8th is Anthony Fletchall. 7th is Tyler Gray. 6th is the 21 of Bennett Johnson. Top 5 with 338 points currently is the 7 of Tom Myers. 4th in your current point standings is Dustin Grout, last week's feature winner in the 10G with 354. 3rd with 356 is Anthony Davis. 2nd is Jim Toll with 358, and your current point leader, he's at a 14-point gap with 372, is the Blazing Banana, the 7H of Adam Hensel. So, first-time feature winner last week. Love to have first-time winners here on the show. Dustin Grout, what's up?
Not much. It's been a while.
It's been a while. So when you first started, Dustin, you started out in a compact, and you were kind of one of those guys that everybody kind of just went to for setup, advice, all that kind of stuff, because you were really good in the compacts.
Yeah, and I still do that.
Yeah, and I know Keegan Russell always talks about you help him a lot and things like that, and you probably help Scott down there too, I'm sure.
Yep.
And just a few years ago, you decided to move up to a hobby stock.
Yep.
What made you do that decision?
Well, I wanted to do a stock car first, and I ran the Cornhusker, and that blue car I sponsored John that one year in 2020. And the biggest reason why I did is, I mean, he helped me a lot during the hobbies and taught me a lot, and I kind of want to give thanks, but Luke Ramsey, he's like, you come to hobby, you'll never beat me. And I'm like, I took the challenge, I guess.
Well, it took a while, but we know it takes a little bit to get used to it. You got good stuff, you got good equipment, and I know you've been kind of chomping at the bit. Last year was a really good year for you. You were really consistent all year long. You were the most improved driver for sure. And this year, you finally got one.
Yep.
And it's probably just a huge relief, isn't it?
It's a huge relief. I mean, I have a GoPro video on my Facebook, and you can see me just pounding my fist in the air, and on the backstretch, I teared up. And it's been a long time.
Well, when you got out of the car there, when I was interviewing you, I could tell you were real emotional.
Yeah.
Because I say it all the time. Our hobby stock class here is really hard to win. I mean, there's 10 guys easily that can win any Saturday night, and especially when you're mired in traffic, it's so hard to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And with the hobby stocks, it's a momentum class, which a lot of our classes down here are momentum-based racing. But if you make one mistake, it ruins your whole race.
Oh yeah.
So you finally got it done. I'm happy for you. It's always good to see first-time winners. But take me through the last few laps from what you can remember. Like, what were some feelings going through your mind?
Yeah. Well, I've always said I didn't want to win it I didn't want to win my first race off the pole. I wanted to pass it. I wanted to earn it. And when that caution came out, a lot of guys, for their first win don't want to see cautions, but I wanted to see it. And I looked up. That's the only time I looked up at the scoreboard, and I seen Cody Warner back there, and he's fast. He's really fast.
Yep.
Him and Hensel this year, those are the top guys.
Yep.
And I seen Warner back there and everything, and I was like, okay, now I'm going to earn it. So I got out there, and Davis, he tried to do the bottom, and I rattled my cage, and I just kept calm and did my thing, and it prevailed.
I'll tell you, it was fun to watch. Go ahead.
No, I mean, yeah, it was a great race, and like you said, you held off some really good drivers to get that. So, I mean, I think the biggest thing to me is it's much like Austin Hardesty in the sport mods. Like, it's not an if, it's when with you. I mean, when you came out of the compacts, I know there was some struggles for a little bit, but you got up to speed pretty quick.
Yep.
And I mean, you had the speed. I think it was just you had to put it all together. And yeah, I mean that one was impressive. Definitely holding off one of the best guys
Yeah,
down here.
well, I seen my couple of buddies down there, and I'm like kind of shaking in the car, on pace laps, and it looks like they went like this, but I don't maybe like that. So, and then I get out, and they're like, "Oh, you're gone." I'm like, "I don't know."
Yeah, you had him gapped. I was worried there on that last restart because Cody was somewhat catching you there before that last caution, and I was worried because
I was letting up.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yep. And then that last caution came out, and I was up here saying to Cole, I said, I think Warner might steal this, and then you just kind of pulled away.
Yeah. No, there for a while, I'm like, okay, I'm not seeing anybody. There, I mean,
you just don't know how fast you are. Yeah. You don't know how fast you are.
I slowly started letting up during the second time because, I mean, during that race, I kind of felt like I was kind of getting off on my line a little bit, and so I started letting up a little bit, make sure I hit my marks and stuff, and if I seen anybody's nose, I'd lay back into it.
Yeah,
And
the caution was almost like a reset, really.
Yep.
Got
Oh
you
yeah,
back.
Sometimes you need them.
I ran my faster times after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you need those because once you get into a rhythm, but if you get into a rhythm running the wrong line, then the mistakes start piling up. So, but it's very difficult when you're out there at front, especially at this racetrack, because you don't really know what line is the best. And then if somebody's running a better line than you, they could just pass you standing still,
Yep.
And then you're screwed because it's like, oh, well, I got to move now, but I can't pass him in his same line. But like I said, I was really worried there on that last restart, but I was very impressed.
Yeah, the car's working really good. We got it set up. And that was the first night on the trainee because, for I don't know how long. My training guy says it's been like that probably since I bought it new. It just wasn't putting all the power to the ground. So that was the first weekend on a rebuilt
that made a
train.
difference.
Oh, I could feel it. I
Good.
could feel the difference.
Now, on tracks like this, especially, it's very important to make sure that your go compartment, your engine, your tranny, everything is top notch because if you're a little bit behind on power, it's really hard.
And see, I'm a freezing guy. I love my freezings.
So you've been doing this now for a little bit, and you finally got your first win. Now, obviously, I know you've never probably really thought about points racing, but you're a pretty good points racer too. You really are.
Yep.
I mean, last year you finished fourth in a hobby stock class that is
just being consistent.
Yeah, exactly. You're one of those guys that you just don't fluctuate much. You're just right there, and I feel like that's what made you so good in your compact too. You just don't make bonehead moves like some guys do.
No, and that's why I tell like Weta and all them Myers. They always like, you're a clean driver. I mean, I'll go up, I'll slide up to your door, but I will not touch you.
Well, that's the thing about. I always talk to Adam Hensel about that. Adam's never been a points racer, and he is like the ultimate points racer. I mean, he is like. I don't think he realizes how good of a points racer he is, because he doesn't. He's so clean.
Yep.
He doesn't ever get his car in the wrong spot. He knows where to put it. See, Kralick's the same way in the B mods. They're just. We see him up there every week. It's just like those drivers are just they're in the right spot at all times.
Yep.
What is it like when you're out there and you're trying to think, okay, should I take this chance or should I not? Are you always thinking about that in the back of your mind?
Yes. And I mean, my buddy Kevin Clark, he even tells me, he's like, you're really good at staying out of bullshit.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
really good at it. And but when I'm out there, your drivers you probably should watch and stuff like that. Nothing to them. I mean, they're out there racing, but I mean, I just am down. I have to win it clean. It means more. It means more when I move up the field clean. I mean, I can sit there and push you out of the way, bump you around, and get past you and whatnot.
Anybody can do that.
It's harder doing it clean.
Exactly, and I think that kind of summates our hobby stock class of how clean a lot of guys really are.
Yeah, no, 18 cars is your biggest field right now.
I mean, and we had the very first night we had that mishap there or the second night we had that mishap there on the backstretch, but knock on wood, I don't want to jinx it, but our hobby stock guys for the most part, it's great. It's like freaking Talladega out there. You guys are 2-3 wide, but you guys barely ever touch each other.
Yep.
If it is, it's just a rub. You guys don't drive through each other. You guys don't try to rough each other up. everybody's got so much respect for everybody. I feel like that's why it's so good racing. And I feel like that's where when you go to other racetracks, it's very, very difficult to race with guys that you're not used to racing with, because you don't have the respect. Yeah, you don't know how they race. You don't have the respect for them. Like, they don't have the respect for you because they don't know you.
Yep, this new guy, who.
Exactly, right? And you talk about, you're always thinking about, okay, so-and-so's got these sorts of tendencies. Okay, I got to make sure that I don't do that.
Yep.
And that's all part of points racing.
Yeah, you got to learn your field. You got to learn the drivers.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, we haven't talked to you a lot since you got in the hobby stock. Are you at the point now where if you go out for a heat race or hot laps and the car's not doing what you want it, do you know what to do to it, or is it still a bit of a guessing game right now? Or?
No, the car's where it want it. And honestly, I'll tell you the truth. I do not touch the car at all. I got my setup, and I run it. It works on hammer down. It works on dry slick. I am going to try, if we ever get the late models down here and we get it glossy, I do have a spring I bought, and I want to try it out, but until that time happens, it's going to stay the same. All I do is, if the car don't feel right in the heat race, I'll check toe and pressures.
Right. And what he means by glossy race fans is when you get enough horsepower like the late models do, they can completely blow the track off. We don't have cars down here with enough horsepower on a weekly basis to do that. That's what he's talking about when he talks about that. When you watch sprint cars, it's just gloss slick.
Oh yeah, and I love those tracks.
Oh yeah. See back in the day, when we were running late models weekly, the track was like that most nights because we had late models to do that. They would blow it off.
Oh yeah.
Now our premier division is our modifieds. Yeah, they have a lot of horsepower, but at the same time, they don't blow things off. They're more of a dig.
Yep.
Yeah, they're more of a side bite.
I'm more excited about June when it starts getting hot.
Oh yeah. So I think everybody's ready for it to warm up. So
dry out the track during.
This is a cool night for end of May.
Yeah, it's going to be a hammer down, I think.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Yep.
Yeah, the weather's definitely going to pull the moisture up.
And all I do on a hammer down with the setup, if all changes, little brake, more brake, or drive, you just adjust yourself to the track.
The thing I love about hobby stocks, especially down here, is it doesn't matter what type of racetrack you're racing on with hobby stocks. You can run like a bunch of different lines just because of how the cars are.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot you can do to them. It's springs, shocks, tire pressure.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot you can do to them, and I talk about simpler is better. That's why I feel like hobby stock racing is awesome, because it's not difficult.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's really
compared
not.
to a stock car. I mean, stock car, you got to worry about weight. You got to worry about your tires. You got to worry about all that stuff in a stock car. And modifieds don't even go there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
About got to have a degree in
I know, right?
To set one of those things
Jeez.
up. So.
Well, Dustin, it's been a good conversation. We're happy for you. I know it's been a huge relief for you. I know getting your first win, and now you're just racing, right? You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, we'll see what happens tonight.
Who do you want to thank really quick before you get off of here?
First off, I'm going to thank the people that helped me, and like my crew, my friends, and stuff on the track. The Goofy Kid, 751, with the big nose, goofy hair.
The one with
Keegan Russell.
The one with the yellow fire suit.
Oh yeah. He's trying to match Adam Hensel. but Shelby Garvin, my old lady, my kids, my grandpa Sammy, and just anybody that helps out, Ducky and his kids and Sharky. And there's Kevin Clark. He's been busy with life lately. But when he's down here, he helps me, motivates me mentally, and same with my grandpa. And then sponsors, I'd like to thank HS Automotive, D&M Sales, Scott Owens, and my new sponsor, which I got the hood wrapped. You should see it. Jade and Tony and Billy Stewart, and they're at Highcrest, and I got the super wash with the Superman on the hood
there
tonight.
You go.
Billy was really excited
cool.
about that. He's like, the kids would like that, and I agree. And but yeah, and Todd Van Eaton, Buck Shafroth, and all of them. That's why the car looks kind of like a stock car,
Help you with setup and things like that. They have a lot of knowledge.
I asked them about that, but they don't. They mess with stock car stuff now. That was back in the past. So
Buck started in the hobby stock.
Yes, an Eliminator too.
Yep.
And that's what I have.
Yep.
And that's why his dad, Zap, he drove it. I let him do it. And Buck came down. I was like, go ahead, do whatever you guys need to do to the car. And
that's what you got to do. And I just noticed, down in our pits we have our groups, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it's like this group helps everybody, this group helps everybody, this group helps everybody, and you're part of that. You're part of the. We'll call you guys the exit of turn 4 group.
Yeah. Well, honestly, all those groups they'll message me all the time.
Oh yeah, that's just how it is, man. People don't know this, but yeah, you're out here to beat the guys, but you're also everybody's willing to help.
You take knowledge in and decipher what's not true or true or whatever. I'm not gonna lie to you on a Compax when you ask me, so
right. And but you still help a lot of guys with the Compax.
Yes, a lot.
Yes,
even states away.
You help a lot of people.
Yeah.
So and you have a lot of knowledge with that. I know the guys in Nebraska, like Denny Bergon, he's got a lot of knowledge.
Yep.
Joe Baker's got a lot of knowledge in that stuff too. So when you think of those compact guys that have knowledge about stuff like that, you're definitely one of the guys that you think of. It's like, I know what I'm doing when it comes to 4 cylinders.
Mm-hmm.
So, but obviously your racing career now is taking you into the hobby stocks, and it's got to be so rewarding that you can win in a rear-wheel drive race car, right?
Yeah, see, last year was the first year I actually decided to let's do a full year, not handfuls of races. Let's just do a full year, see what happens.
And it's going pretty good.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, that's the driver of the 10G, Justin Grout. Dustin, we thank you for coming on the show.
Yep.
All right, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we're going to come right back with you here on Pitside Live.
Furniture, appliances, mattress sets, lift chairs, bedding, recliners, and more. S&S Appliance, your hometown furniture store in Clarinda, just received a large shipment of appliances. They have a huge selection of stoves, refrigerators, chest freezers, and microwaves. And if you need a mattress set, they have them. Plus bamboo sheet sets. They offer full service from start to finish with competitive price guarantee. S&S Appliance also offers delivery and installation. Stop by S&S Appliance on the square in downtown Clarinda.
This is Josh with Shore Motor Company in Clarinda. We want to be your GM dealer. We have highly qualified and trained technicians ready to work on your vehicle. Anything from recalls to warranty work and beyond, we are your GM dealer. Our service department is open 6 days a week for all your service needs. We even have an express lane for those no-appointment quick oil changes. Visit our website at shoremotor.com to request an appointment or give Mike or Amanda a call at 712-542-6581. We are your GM dealer. Shore Motor Company, just south of the square in beautiful Clarinda.
Just as your local State Farm agent teams combine good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates, you can combine your home and auto. And guess what you get? That's right, good neighbor service with surprisingly great rates. This is your local State Farm agent, Dave Carball, and we promise to deliver the service you deserve at the price you want. My State Farm team will help you mix and match things perfectly. Call us today at 712-623-5639 for your surprisingly great rates. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Best Finish Auto Sales and Service is proud of the quality used vehicles they sell and their dedication to serve the needs of their customers. Whether it's your first purchase or one of many that you've had, you can count on their dedicated sales staff to make the best buying experience possible. They also offer financing on your vehicle purchase. Best Finish can also take care of your service needs, from oil change, brakes, alignment, air conditioning, to any body shop and repair needs. Stop by Best Finish Auto Sales and Service at 209 Sharp Street in Glenwood for all of your vehicle needs.
Really quick, we already did our hobby stocks.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. Let's see. All right, your top 10 in the compacts was Cole Brown in 10th in the 13B. 9th was Owen Richards in the 69X. Cody Robb in the 92 finished 8th. Jesse Ramos came home in the 7th spot. The 34 of Scott Hennenin was 6th. Rounding out your top 5 was the 9 of Logan Richards. 4th was Dustin Shepard in the 23. Keegan Russell in the 751 finished 3rd. Second went to the 98 of Brett Shepard, and your winner, and I believe that was back-to-back, right?
Yep.
With Tyler Hoover.
Sure
in the
was.
27.
Top 10 in your Floating Vine Compacts point standings. 10th place is Josh Case out of Kellerton. 9th is the 9 of Logan Richards out of Creston. 8 is the 82 of Jason Scheimer out of Creston. 7 is Andrew Mills out of Kent. 6th is Dusty Shepard out of Malvern in the 23. 5th is the 69X of Owen Richards out of Creston with 264. 4th is Scott Henneman with 338 out of Blanchard. 3rd is Brett Shepard in the 98 of Emerson with 382. 2nd is Keegan Russell with 384 out of Corning. And your point leader with an 8-point gap over Keegan Russell. He has a total of 392 points, is the 27 of Tyler Hoover. New guest on the show here. I wanted to get him on the show because I just wanted to talk to him about the race last week. Started off the season kind of rough, Jared.
Yeah.
And got it put back together. And what was that last week?
I don't know.
I mean, you were the show. I mean, it was a race up front, but Dustin was kind of gapping them, and it was kind of just everybody was fanned out. And we just kept watching the 95. I'm just like, dude, you were passing cars left and right.
Well, at the beginning, I went out there just trying to, feel the car out because, like everything, it's the first time I've had it on the track since
exactly.
It's been rolled.
And you don't know exactly.
No,
right.
I mean, we got back. We took off at 9 o'clock that day. Went to Sharkey and Atumwa, got it fixed. Back at my house, 3:25. Made it here by 6. Put the body on. I hung the fenders and stuff like that on out here.
Yeah, you were down here putting fenders on.
Set toe, cast camber, all that stuff. I was like, I'm not going to just go out there now. I mean, in a heat race and not have everything all up at the par, So it was one of those things where they're going to start me in the rear of a heat race anyway. I might as well just start the rear of an A main and just see what it does.
Kind of putt around, make sure everything's good.
Yeah, feel the lines, like I said.
And you were doing that at first.
Yep.
And then that last caution came out, and did you just decide to go or what?
Well, it was funny because I got down to where I was like, dang, I think I'm getting some good laps in here. So if I could just get a caution, maybe I could be a competitor. Just in my mind. And next thing I know, I look up, I'm like, 7 laps left, yellow comes out. I just seen Anderson up there on the top side, I think, cut a tire down. So I was like, oh, sweet, this is awesome. So, like I said, I just drove the wheels off. I had no brakes last 3 laps, so I just drove the wheels off, you know?
I tell you.
So that's what so you did
7 laps to go, by the way.
Yeah,
7.
So on the start of that, you did drop back just to feel out the car. Is
Yep.
that what?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was wondering what happened, and I
It
must
was-
have.
We thought you broke or something.
No, I did go in the corner 1 and 2, and about 3/4 way through, my left brake stuck. Well, with all that, junking and jiving on it, that bolt it didn't get tight.
Didn't get tight.
It just kind of worked loose a little bit, and then all that residue and dirt and stuff, it just locked that left wheel up. I'm like, oh crap. So I was just trying to
brakes are very finicky.
I try not to use brakes, and in the long run, I trusted my gut, and I went outside. Nobody else was running outside.
You look like Luke Ramsey.
Yeah,
I
don't. I know, but
you did though. Did you not? I mean,
but seriously,
that's how he's won so many races here, right?
Everybody wanted to go middle bottom,
right?
And I just look at top side is wide open. I'm like, well, this is sweet. But the funny thing is, I was so scared going to corner 1 and 2. I was like, I don't know if this thing's going to stick or not. So I'm like, well,
you don't have brakes.
No.
So
it's like I have
that
to
takes a lot of balls.
I have to use it. Well, if you look on top of my bar up there, it says balls deep. So anyway, so I had to use the throttle to turn the car.
Yep.
And so
which is how you drive anyway, normally, right?
Kind of. It's a little different. That track was a little different. Usually, I could burp it, but I wasn't doing it like all the way through the corners to turn it. And this setup, I had to, and it prevailed. So, like I said, for the most part, I was told not to touch the car.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I mean,
I was looking back there. This was like a few laps before we got that caution because I didn't know. I happened to look back and I'm like, man, he looks like he's turning some pretty good lap times. I must have just caught you on a bad lap because you came across the line because I was like, it might be a factor if a caution comes out. And I'm like, I don't know. And then you just started coming through the field, and I mean, it just came out of nowhere. You had us losing our minds in the booth. I don't know if I have ever seen somebody come through the field that, I mean, it looked like you had an extra 200 horsepower.
Well, that's the thing is, if once the brakes went out, kind of actually helped me out because then I could trust the car more than what I thought.
Right.
And so if you can trust that car and get it to do what you want it to do just by the throttle control and not brakes, you're going to be faster.
Right.
On entry,
makes sense.
apex, and exit.
It makes sense. And I think I was so surprised too, Jared, because you don't normally drive like that. You're not a throttle masher type of guy. You're more of a smooth, kind of just find your line and really consistent. And I was just like, Jesus, is he like pissed off or what? Because
I kind of was a little bit.
I mean,
I was like, come on. I was like, I've been here enough, but I mean, this new car has been actually upside down more times. It's been, around
right
the
side
track,
up, yeah.
So, north end, south end,
Right. And after that second week, it was such a bad night for you, and after that, I didn't know how long it would take for you to get the car back ready and things like that. And I was good to see you down here, but I was up here now, so I'm like, this dude was putting fenders on at 6:30, and he just finished. He just finished in the top 5.
Yeah.
In one of the toughest classes down here to finish in the top 5.
The funny thing is, I come up on Weta and Toll, they were side by side. And when we got in the tech area, Weta turns around and looks at me and looks like he's seen a ghost. He thought he was going to be looking at Toll. He was looking at me.
He's probably like, where did you come from?
Well, and that's what Adam Hensel told me too. He's like, he come up later on and he's like, where in the heck did you come from? I said, well, I started behind you, but I said, I just kind of...
You went backwards first.
I went backwards, and then I said I was hoping for a caution because I was getting some good laps in. I felt good, about the car and stuff. So, and like, I don't know, patience, I should say. Sometimes that is a key.
Right. And it's interesting for you saying how losing your brakes actually helped you.
Yep.
Because it makes sense to me because sometimes we rely on our brakes too much.
Yes.
And that slows us down.
When you got to remember too is your shocks and your springs are basically, your shocks are timing mechanisms going in the corner. So if you are not on the throttle at a certain point in time to where that car hits the apex and it rolls over and then you can burp back into the throttle and come through the corner and you have a good exit, that's the thing, is you got to learn how to do that. And like I said, this is with this new chassis and stuff, we got everything I think we got everything, burped out and stuff, but still, I don't know. It's a touch and feel kind of.
It is
kind of thing, and like
it's a week to week thing too.
Yeah, and like I said, we haven't had a consistent track. I mean, everything's. I mean, your dry slick in 1 and 2, on middle to top, and then bottoms. 3 and 4 was mucky.
It's been kind of spotty.
Yeah, so it was kind of like you got to learn how your car is going to kind of react.
Right, and we are at the top of the hour. You're listening to KCSI 95.3 Station Identification. We're here with Jared Lund out of Orient, and you talking about track, things like that. I help Logan throughout the week on track prep, and I noticed that at our track more than others is it's so big that it's different.
Yeah.
Each corner's different. The spots are different, and when the weather is not like it is during the summer, where it's hot all week long, it's hard to get everything the same.
Yeah, everything equal.
Yeah, and I feel like with our racetrack too, that's what makes it a little bit more technical. Is like you got to drive each corner different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, and you've been around this racetrack so many times, you've seen everything. I mean, you know how it is, and I was just tickled to see you do that.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
I've never rolled that quick and stopped that fast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but
you went for a ride.
But you got to remember too, that track it was wet. You could see every spot where I landed out there, and it just come to its.
That was the night where we were out here at noon, and we were like, I don't know if we should race, and then we started, and then the sun finally came out, and we started rolling it in, and it turned out to be a pretty decent racetrack, but it was heavy. But yeah, you went for a ride that night.
Well, and the thing was, we just heat race. That's all I got to do. But I was kind of feeling the car out there too. Well, I was running a stock car time. I ran a 25.411.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was fast.
Yeah,
it was a fast track. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I just can't. overstate enough how impressive that is. For the average fan that doesn't really pay close attention to this, to have a wreck like that and come back with speed right off the trailer like that, I mean, it's
hard.
That's rare. It's very, very rare.
It's
so
hard.
It was really impressive.
And like I said, Curtis Pruitt has helped me out a lot, and he, like I said, he's the one who set up my toe and stuff like that while I was hanging doors and fenders. Jackie Trishelle, he helped me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I got tons of sponsors just coming in on board. I picked up Wiggins, Southern Iowa Vending this year. I do think that.
Good.
Kent Feed Store.
Good.
I picked them up, but all these guys, it takes everybody, Crystal and Chet Stamwell, they rode me with me there to get the car. They watched it, and I mean, we were done. We're there. I think we were out there by 1.
And Atum was not close.
No, it's not. It's a jaunt. I mean, it's a jaunt, but for the most part, I thank everybody that has helped me to get, where the Spencer Zaweiger, I tell you what, call him in a heartbeat, boom, he's there. So yeah.
Good.
That was a real barn burner right there, because if I couldn't get a hold of him, try getting a hold of my brother. My brother was all, well, I'm trying to put the house together and stuff, and I'm like, Jesse, the house is already up. He's just doing the fine tuning of putting the fencing in and stuff like that.
Why doesn't he race anymore?
I can't really tell you.
Because they were both racing there for a while, but Jesse races stock car though.
Yeah, but it was funny when we were racing. He had Buck Shafroth's old car.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And we were side by side, and he was beating me in points, and he blew that engine up.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I'm like, oh, that sucks to be you. But it's just fun. Like I said, you got your race families, and like I said, I didn't know that I was this big at this track until that night. And
people are coming out of the work order to help you.
Oh, just crazy.
That's good.
And I appreciate that. I mean, that's what we talk your race family.
Right.
So basically,
we talk about it all the time. My dad talks about it. Is you don't know how good you have it or the people that will support you until something like that does happen.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good to know that that you do have.
You got people backing you.
Yeah, you do. Right.
So
and it's good.
It's better than I was like, oh, well, he's gone. No big deal. And then it's like, we want you to come back. It's boring without you. I'm like, oh, come on. Well, after last weekend.
Your true race fans know, the people that are here every week, they know how important it is to have cars and keep guys like you around here, because you guys are the lifeblood. The fans and the racers are the lifeblood of this place. And when one guy gets junked or a couple guys get junked, it's hard to accept that, and they want you to get back out here because we don't want to lose cars, right? Especially a guy that's here every single week.
That was the first time since 2015 I missed a night.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I mean, that's 10 years.
Yep.
And I messaged Chad Wolf that night too. I mean, he had a long drive, and he loves coming down here. And he lives in Northeast Kansas.
Yep.
And I messaged him, and he said, "Hey, it's racing, no hard feelings. We'll be back. I appreciate the help. I gave him some food on the way out, but he's his own chassis builder, so he's got all his own stuff at his shop. But it doesn't matter who races here. I want to support everybody, and it's like we want to see people down here and help people get back on the racetrack when we do jump stuff.
Well, I'm going to say this much, Sharky. Anytime you might have 2-3 weeks, whatever. That's why I put in the comment on Facebook is like, hey, I think it's time for me to step away because I can't get it fixed in time.
By yourself.
By myself. I have to take it to a jig and get it done.
Right.
And whatever. And like I said, he did an awesome job. I mean, like I said, you've seen last week. So
yeah, it's amazing. And it's awesome to see that you were able to do that. I know that, you're not a big wig guy that spends a lot of money and things like that, so it was awesome to see you back down here. When you pulled in here, I was like, he's back? Like, I figured he wouldn't be back for a while, so you just couldn't stay away. I know.
Well, I had a lot of people helping me out. I mean, I had Curtis and his boy and come over, and his buddy, and they had the car that Sunday. We had the top and everything off because he wanted to inspect it. Like I said, my chassis builder, Jamie Richards, props to him. That car was safe. It did not bend the halo, nothing. The only thing that it kind of was where the window net. There's a little hook up there. It bent that pin in, and I couldn't get out.
Yep.
So what we're going to do is we're going to put down at the bottom the same thing we have on the top. So in case that happens again, you can get out. You can go all through the bottom and up instead of, But like I said, it's nice because, like I said, we're race team, and his chassis is par none, probably one of the best I've had, and I'm just trying to help him out too because there's certain situations that 2-3 years ago he had the same thing. One of the cars landed on top of the A pillar on the passenger side and dented in. So I mean, he put extra bars and stuff in there, but it's safety. Safety is the key when it comes to racing.
It is, and it makes it a lot easier too to fix the car when it's well built.
Yes.
It makes it a lot easier. So, all right, Jared, it's been a good conversation. We're going to get one more driver on here, but really quick before you leave, thank anybody else you want to thank before we get you out of here. So,
I can't off the top of my head.
I know you mentioned a lot of people already.
Yeah,
so.
I did, and I know that Fox's Welding, for one, they built me a hoop for the front end. Because I was like, I got to go clear out to Raisin City, Nebraska, whatever. They built me a hoop. Like I said, a couple other ones, I basically Mario's is a big sponsor.
Good.
They
got a new place over there too.
Yes, and it is awesome. You guys need to.
It's sweet.
Like I said, if you guys ever want a private room or whatever, they have one with its own bar in the back.
Yeah.
So like
he's got that elevated thing. It's really cool.
It's sweet. But like I said, no, that's about it. Like I said, I appreciate all the fans and support through all my sponsors and whatnot. And like I said, I'd like another track like that. That was fast.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All right, race fans, we're going to take one last commercial break. We're going to come back with you. That was Jared Lund, the driver of the 95 car out of Orient. We're going to come right back with you here on Pitside Live.
What if we could harness the power of the sun by using the earth to transform the way we use energy? Water furnace geothermal systems are simply the most efficient way to keep your family comfortable. Winter or summer, day or night, rain or shine, without burning fossil fuels. Giving you the freedom to focus on life.
Call Camblin Mechanical or visit CamblinMechanical.com for your water furnace needs today.
Are you interested in starting a career instead of just getting another job? Well, hop on over to Fresco System USA and let us help you find the one for you. We offer competitive wages, benefits starting day one, and so much more. You can pick up an application at 2026 Fernwood Avenue, find us on Indeed, Better Team, and Facebook, or call 712-623-8100, extension 6659. Spring into action and join the Fresco team today.
Welcome back, race fans, to Pitside Live here at Adams County Speedway in Corning, Iowa on 95.3 FM and on the KCSI Radio YouTube channel. We're going to switch gears here and go to some Sport Mod results from last Saturday night.
Yeah, rounding out your top 10, had a absolute struggle of a race, but still managed to squeak out a top 10 was Evan Davis in the 78. Ninth was Hayden Pelzer in the 91. Eighth was David Orr in the 76. Kirk McKay in the 20 rounded up 7th there. The 12J of Darren Hardesty finished 6th. Kyle Tanner, these two drivers, great recoveries back through the field, but Kyle Tanner finished 5th. Hunter Poston in the 58 finished 4th. Bryce Allen led most of the race, but fell back to 3rd there late in that one. David Swartz came up through the field to get 2nd in the 57S, and your winner, and I believe he started from 12th, was the 0 of Sean Kralik.
Top 10 in your RJ Plumbing and Heating Sport Modified point standings. John Leninger out of Hopkins, Missouri is in 10th. Damian Haas in the 34 is 9th. Dominic Sexton out of Villisca is 8th. David Orr in the 76 out of Council Bluffs is 7th. Darren Hardesty out of Cumberland is 6th. Kirk McKay out of Lenox is 5th. Austin Hardesty out of Cumberland is in 4th. Third place with 350 is Evan Davis out of Corning. Second is Hunter Poston. out of Villisca, and he is 20 points back of your point leader in last week's feature winner, 388 total of the 0 of Sean Kralik. But we're going to talk to our feature winner from 2 weeks ago, back in Victory Lane here after he did it when he was just 14 years of age. The 86W out of Sloan, Willie Kirk. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, it's fun to be here.
You just wish it was closer to home, right?
Yeah, I really like this place. I really wish it was a lot closer, but
your driving style fits really well here. When you started, it was kind of surprising. You started to develop a fan base down here because everybody knew how young you were, and you just weren't a very big guy, and it was just one of those deals where you had a lot of speed, and then you finally got your win, and everybody was like, man, this kid's good. And then you went and did that travel and stuff and ended up picking up IMCA Rookie of the Year, and now you just graduated high school.
Yeah.
And you're one tough customer no matter what track you go to.
Yeah, this year especially, we've been testing a bunch of stuff, and every time we hit the track, it seems we get faster. Kelly over there at Skyrocket, he keeps giving us stuff to try, and it keeps on getting faster and faster.
When you think of a chassis for sport mods, Skyrocket's definitely one of the top ones, especially in Northwest Iowa. I think of guys like Matt Loft. He is probably the best sport mod driver in the country. I mean, he's so hard to beat wherever you go. He runs a Skyrocket. One guy that I always think of that I haven't seen him race in a while, but Jared Bowmeister. He used to run Skyrockets out of Southwest Minnesota. When you switched, could you tell a huge difference when you switched?
Yeah, it was night and day difference. It felt like even the car mainly, but then the technical help.
Yeah.
I mean,
the technology.
Yeah, we can call Kelly too any time, and he'll pick up the phone and talk to us for 30 minutes.
Good.
Even if he's out racing, he'll pick up the phone and try to help us.
And we have two local guys that race modifieds down here that runs. I mean, Jesse Dennis has ran a Skyrocket forever. I mean, he's basically won 7 track championships in a Skyrocket.
Well, and I've heard them say that same exact thing.
Yeah, Kelly's very easy to work with.
Any questions, he's right there.
Yep.
Yep. So, I mean, I think he even came down here for a race, I think, just to help those guys figure out some setup stuff. So I think it says a lot about his chassis and how he stands behind his product. So
you just graduated high school. Congratulations to that.
Yep.
I heard you had a little party last night at PJ.
Yeah, we were going to try to have it so we'd have a party at the beginning, race, and then do some more stuff after, but races canceled. But we put on the Show Me 100, and we just partied all night.
Sound fun. Yeah. Sound fun. So are you going to go to school anywhere, or are you just going to work?
Probably just go work. I'm not fully sure yet, but
I know that racing is a big deal for you, and it's going to be hard for you to probably get to school because racing is going to take a lot of time. So,
yeah.
Well,
now, I got to ask you this: do you have a plan to move up anytime soon, or do you want to stay in the sport mods?
We're thinking about moving up here soon. We aren't fully sure to what, but we're planning on moving up.
I'd love to see in a stock.
I mean,
I'd love to see in a stock car.
If you had to prefer, what do you want to go to?
Right now, we're thinking between probably A mod or late model.
Ooh.
Okay, going straight to the late model.
So if you went to a late model, obviously you would probably run the Tri-State Series, maybe.
IMCA to Tri-State depends,
Gotcha. Because I didn't know if you want to go super or not. So, but I mean, you've got the talent. I definitely agree with that. So you came down here for the first time in a while 2 weeks ago, and were you surprised on how fast you were, or?
Yeah. I knew we had speed, but I didn't think we would come here and do that because we came here and we had more stuff to test from Kelly, and it just in the heat race I went out there and it just hooked up and went, and then we didn't really change anything between the heat race and feature, and it just kept the same speed. And
now I know every track has those 6-7 guys that are the guys of the racetrack, and I mean, Sean Kralik is the guy here right now. I mean, he's the guy to beat. He's hard to beat here. I mean, he is really hard to beat here. And you just had I don't know what motor you got in that thing, but if you just run a crate?
No, we're on an open.
Okay,
now.
I was going to say, because that thing was screaming. I'm just like, man, he has got so much straightaway speed. So,
yeah, well, our motor guy that we have now, anything we do, he'll come over, help us anytime, and yeah, he's.
Some guys preach that open stuff in sport mods, and Kralich's always been like that. Kralich's like, I ain't running no crate.
Well,
so,
I know when Hunter went to his open, he was pretty pumped on it.
Yeah, he's good friends with Poston, and he has a mid-state, right?
Yeah, he'll never – I don't think you'll ever catch him going back to a crate. So I know the first time he ever fired it up in the shop, we were like, yeah.
When you first started, were you racing a crate?
Yeah.
I was going to say.
For 2.5 years.
Gotcha.
We ran a crate.
And, if you know what you're doing and you take care of it, it's going to put out power, but at the same time – I don't know. I would just want more horsepower. That's just me, but
especially here, I feel like you will want an open a lot more.
Oh yeah,
just because of the more RPM and everything.
Straightaway speed too. So yep. So rest of the year, I know you obviously PJ's your home track, so you're probably going to be there weekly on Friday nights. I know you said you want to get down here as much as you can. Is there any other stuff that you're going to be at throughout the summer that you can think of? Are you going to run the Nationals up at Clay County?
On June, I'm not sure.
Is that June 1st?
I was looking at it right now. So
we're planning on
going
there.
Is it the Summer Nationals? Is that what they're calling it?
IMCA Summer Nationals. I was going to ask you about that because I'll be going up with Hunter.
That's not too far of a drive for you. I mean,
no,
Spencer's not too far.
It's about an hour, hour and a half.
It's closer than here.
Yeah.
So
I tell you what, I wish it was closer. I always like seeing your car down here. I think I've told you this before, but I'm really good friends with the Wigs. You know that they sponsor. It's the biggest sponsor on your car now, it seems like. So I know I'd go up to their track. I wish it was closer so you could come race here and so I could go up there.
We used to go to Park all the time when they used to run a late model special with us. It was Park, us. It was back in the MLRA days. Park ran late models on Friday. We ran late models Saturday. And then I-80 ran them on Sunday. But we went up to Park last year for it was one of the last races of the year. And I just wanted to see what the new track's like.
Yep.
And it's definitely different than what they had, but, I mean, it seems all right.
Yeah, especially this year. They did a few things over the winter, and it made it, every single night it seems to be 2-lane. And
now, have you heard any news on Interstate?
I haven't, but from the last thing I heard was that I don't think it's opening. I think it's done.
It sucks. Because Interstate was always one of those tracks that it was kind of different, It was always Alves always had it. It was always just glass slick.
Yep.
And I know when Chase and Shelby decided to hang that up, I told my dad right away. I was like, it's going to be hard to get that track back because once you get rid of a racetrack, and it's hard to pick it back up.
Yep.
And that sucks too because there's not a lot of racetracks in that area.
No, not really. It's Park, and then we have to travel probably almost an hour.
Right. And, you got Houston's obviously, but that's a sprint car track. So, but, that sucks. But at the same time, I'm glad Park's doing good. It's good for the Northwest Iowa guys especially. So, well, we're going to get you out of here in a second, but we appreciate you coming on and talking to us. Is there anybody you want to give a shout-out to? Anybody you want to thank really quick?
Yeah. Mainly just my sponsors. We wouldn't be here without them. Everything they do, my mom, my dad, just everybody that ever helps us. We appreciate more than anyone can know.
And you've got like a little hidden fan base down here, Willie, because
I've seen the shirts walking around.
I see people. Cool. I see people that wore. So last week, you weren't here, but last week there was people walking around with the old orange car. Yeah. So there was somebody wearing that last week. So I just know that people around here know you because you started here. So you're always welcome down here, and hopefully we'll see you down here more than.
Yeah, I'm hoping to come down here more. This place is fun.
Yeah, so it's something different, Everybody's going to the short stuff, and we're kind of an outlaw track right now. We're kind of just different. We're different than everybody else. So, all right, well, we'll get you to the drivers' meeting. That was the driver of the 86W, Willie Kirk. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get him off the show. We'll get my dad in here for the last little thing here. We'll do a little switcheroo here. So. Thanks for coming, Willie. Appreciate it. So good luck to Willie Kirk tonight in the sport mods. We're going to do the last couple results here for our classes. We need to do modified results, and we need to do our stock car results. So let's start with stock cars from last Saturday night. We're going to do our stock car results, and then we'll go over some points with our stock cars, and then we'll go from there. So
I have them here.
Go ahead, Cole.
Whoop, my bad. I hit lineup, so we don't
you're
want
good.
that one. I'm having to switch over. I was looking at our sport mod count for the night. While I'm looking this up, by the way, 30 sport mods checked in for tonight, so
Yep.
very, very solid.
Good. Going to have a B feature tonight, race fans.
What class we doing first?
Stock cars.
All right, your stock car class.
Oh, you're doing it?
I got it if you want.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
Alrighty.
10th place was Jeff Nielsen, followed by Mark Cargan 9th. Good to have Mark having a good run. Lance Schwartz, 20
Nope.
car.
No, this is points.
Here, I
I
got
thought
it.
you said results. I always do results. Never
Yeah,
mind.
you're doing points.
You do points.
No. You're doing points right now, Dad.
Well,
Am I?
10th,
Yes.
10th last week was Marvin
I am.
Hendrickson.
Awesome.
9th was
He's,
Tanner.
he's getting old, guys.
Oh, I've already screwed up so much tonight. It's not even funny.
Go ahead.
Lance Most in the 92M was 8th. Riverton Rick Barton finished up 7th, went up 2 spots. Wayne Landier, he went up 6 spots to finish 6th. Mark Karg in the 97, a top 5 run, finished 5th. Derek Myers, we had him on the radio show last week, comes home 4th, another top 5 finish for him. The 37D of Brad Deary went up 1 spot to finish 3rd. Steve Churchill also went up 1 spot to finish 2nd. And once again, I believe, what is that, 3 on the year now, right, for Jesse Dennis?
Yes, in the stock car.
Went up 4
Picked
spots.
up the first 2, and then, yes, that. So, all right, top 10 for our Northland Oil stock cars point standings. 10th is Jeff Nielsen out of Audubon. 9th is Mark Karg out of Clarinda. 8th is Lance Swartz out of Corning. 7th is Tanner Dixon out of Nottoway. 6th is Marvin Hendrickson out of Corning. 5th is Riverton Rick Martin with 340. 4th is Derek Myers out of Glenwood with 358. There is a tie for 2nd between Brad Deary and Steve Churchill at 374. And your current point leader is Chubbs Jesse Dennis out of Corning with 392 with 3 feature wins on the season. And right now, the way it looks, guys, Jesse Dennis is the car to beat.
Absolutely.
I know Brad's been tinkering with a lot of different stuff. Brad Deary's got 2 cars right now, and he's been kind of switching back and forth, and he just can't find the right setup right now. I know he's been kind of frustrated with that, so he's going to try to work on that. So, all right, modifieds.
Poet Buyer Refining Modifieds, your top 10. Going up 4 spots was Monty Most out of Council Bluffs. Right in front of him was a fellow Most of Josh Most in 9th. 8th was Colton Garside. Garrett Wilson finished up 7th. 6th was Brad Bergren out of Red Oak. Jeff Wiggins, the Candyman, finished up 5th, going up 2 spots. Up 2 spots as well was Jeff James out of Stanton in 4th. Justin Zeitner made up 7 spots to finish 3rd. Josh Cooper finishing 2nd in the 10J. And also winning the Poet Buyer Refining Modifieds was Jesse Dennis out of Corning, Iowa. And I believe, I can't quite remember.
I think that's
Is
the
that
second
first-
time he's done that.
Second time
I think
he's
that's
on
second
both?
time he's
Okay.
done it. So, all right, quick little point standings here for our modifieds. 10th place is Jay-Z Justin Zeitner out of Malvern. 9th is Tyler Fudge in the 37F out of Corning. 8th is Craig Garner out of Clarinda in the 38. 7th is the 1 of Josh Most out of Red Oak. 6th is Greenfield, Iowa's Colton Garside in the 11F. 5th place is your current rookie of the year, Garrett Wilson out of Carlisle with 348. 4th is Chubbs Jesse Dennis out of Corning with 360. Jeff James out of Stanton is 362. Jeff Wiggins out of Greenfield with 370. And I think the surprise to everybody right now, I know we only have 4 nights in, but Josh Cooper is leading the points right now in your modifieds. New motor this year for Josh. He's been doing really, really good. I'm really happy for him. He's having a good year. So, all right, last couple minutes here. Dad, what do you want to get going here?
We want to reiterate our schedule coming up. As we said tonight, Cole already mentioned we have 30 cars here for our B-Mod special tonight, which is awesome. Next week is our PCSB Kids Money Grab Candy Grabs. I want to make sure everybody knows that. The Kids Money Grab is next week. June 7th is our rescheduled Hall of Fame night. And while we're doing that, I'm going to do a quick announcement right now of who our Hall of Fame class is for 2025. And that is Ed Kaziski, Brian Foote, Jeremy Hauk. Contributors are Jerry Adams and Randy Perrin. And your fan is Bert Peckham. So another shout out to whoever can get a hold of Jerry Adams, because all I have is a contact through Messenger, but we're trying to get a hold of Jerry Adams to call me so that he knows he's been inducted into the Hall of Fame. So if you are friends with Jerry Adams and know him, have his phone number, send it to me or call him.
All very deserving people for sure.
Yes.
Brian Foote, multi-time track champion. Jeremy Hauk, multi-time track champion. And Ed Kaziski.
Yep.
You know, everybody remembers the Dodge 9 car. Everybody remembers that car.
How about 9 in a row?
Yeah. Ed Kaziski won 9 features in a row in the late models 1 year. Crazy.
So on top of that, also, I do believe we have the sport mods out there hot lapping, as you can tell. June 21st, I want to put that out there, June 14th. Make sure we put that out there right away as our Salute the Truckers earlier this year. But make sure you start getting your big rigs rigged up because we want to have over 50 of them this year. So that's the other big thing.
Yep.
Brought to you by Keen Thermal Trucking. So once again, thank you very much to Tri-State Ford and Tri-State Auto Group being here tonight. They'll be out here pacing the vehicles. We can't thank them enough for being sponsors of us for many years now. So thank you very much. I tell you what, guys, as you can tell, it's time to go racing. What do you think?
Absolutely.
For Cliff Baldwin, Evan Baldwin, and Cole Anderson, we'll see you next week live at Adams Bay Speedway on Pitside Live.